Hello, everyone. Welcome again on this special day today because I am here with with my good friend Emile, around at the border of Italy and Switzerland at the height of roughly 2,800 meters. On our behind, you see some glacier on the Swiss side. Very beautiful scenery. It's always astonishing to see the nature in this way and enjoy it, and we feel lucky to be able to do that. And thanks to Emile, I thought maybe it's nice to make a video. And why it's important to make a video, because Emile recently had a change in his life, that he quit his job and is going to start a new company. And I thought maybe it's nice to get some knowledge from him to try to understand why did he make that step. So we agreed that I'm going to ask him three questions. The first question would be, what drove him towards entrepreneurship? Why did he decide to quit his job and become an entrepreneur, start his new company? Secondly, what challenges does he see for himself in the coming 3 to 5 years? And lastly, what advice or recommendation does he have for people who are in a similar struggle, who want to start a company or want to be an entrepreneurs like him and still haven't made up their minds? So let's begin. Emile, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and also what drove you towards entrepreneurship?
Okay, thank you for the introduction, and welcome to this amazing place on the border between Switzerland and Italy. And I'm very happy to be here and having this chat with you. And let's try to answer to your first question: what drove me to choose this path towards entrepreneurship? I would say that it has been a process, a long process that began a long time ago, starting from university. Because of the path that I decided to follow, I decided to move. I studied first in Italy, then in Switzerland, and then I continued. Like my curiosity, I would say that curiosity has been the key drivers the key drivers behind all this journey that now brought me to entrepreneurship. And this curiosity drove me then to continue exploring, changing field from engineering. Now I'm working in strategy consulting, and these explorations made me discover like many new fields, many new people, and also make me understand that, for instance, there are the path of entrepreneurship is not something impossible. It's nothing too far. It's just question of having the courage. Mm-hmm. And having like a bit of experience, but that you could also acquire over time, and then having this drive, this continuous curiosity, and the fact about being able to think long term.
Yeah, I understand. So you say that, okay, well, it has been a long process for me. It's not that I thought about it last night. I have been thinking about it since my high school, and also my career choices have drove me towards it. But when you talk about curiosity, what do you mean? Do you mean curiosity of like the business or introducing a new product, or what do you mean by curiosity?
I would say curiosity. I would start from like general definition of curiosity in terms of being willing to learn new things and get excited by the process that could be very hard and long, like the process of learning, the process of feeling feeling uncomfortable about not knowing something, admitting in front of people, like, yes, I don't know, can you please explain me this? And then learning, feeling that you're growing, feeling good that you're growing, and then wishing to still learn, understanding that there is never a point in life in you will know enough, and having this continuous drive to learn and explore and experience.
Yeah. And do you think because you were a consultant, maybe it was easy or difficult for you to be an entrepreneur? What about if someone is not a consultant? Maybe that person is an academic or let's say an engineer in a big company. Do you think can you see similarities, differences, or difficulties for people?
I would say yes, for sure. I would say that consultancy, mainly I've been working in strategic consultancy, is a fast-paced job, in which also the fact that I had the luck to explore multiple fields drove me experience, like enlarge these fields of areas in which I had a little experience in, and also like in terms of, like as I said, work style, and also the fact about the fields that I had the luck to touch, to have a touch.
So if I can understand correctly, so it's about dynamic nature of the work.
Yes.
It's about working on different kind of problems, admitting your lack of knowledge in some cases and trying to build that up. So if any career has that kind of attributes, then it's easier for you to be an entrepreneur because you need such skills. Okay.
I would say to conclude that to be an entrepreneur, it does not exist like a way, an education system for entrepreneur, because it's too vast. The field is like something that you learn by doing, but there are some like as you clearly summarize, like the dynamism and also mental flexibilities are some essential skills that you can maybe train a bit at work. There are tons of different works in which you can train these kind of skills, and consultancy could be one of them.
Okay, understood. So that's nicely summarized. So let's move to the second question, as in like, what challenges do you see for yourself in the coming 3 to 5 years? And I know that will change, and I know that there is a lot you don't know yet, and it will come with time. But as of now, what are the challenges that are in your mind that you think, okay, these are some of the key challenges that I need to tackle in the coming 3 to 5 years?
It's very interesting that your question is already thinking about 3 to 5 years, while I would say as an entrepreneur you're thinking about how to survive the next 3 to 6 months. I mean, that's already kind of long term, I would say, as an entrepreneur, and that's mainly because it's related to the nature of entrepreneurship. It's related to the fact that either you're born extremely rich and then you finance the company with your own money. Otherwise, entrepreneurship works that essentially you gain the trust of investors, and then you gain the trust of customers. Then investor fund your own R&D, your own research to develop the products, and then the customers buy your products, and then you continue with this vicious loop. The more traction you have, the more successful you will be your business, and the more robust. Meaning that the big challenges will be for sure trying to gain some traction, meaning convincing customers that the product has there is some needs for this product. There are customers that are willing to pay for it because there is this gap in the market, and at the same time the investor see that there is distractions from the customer side. They will look at the team. They see that the team that they trust. They have trust in the team. Meaning like now medium short term, but there are also 3 to 5 years challenges are gaining trying to find these first customers. We are already in the process of finding some of them, and also investor. That's the same, gaining the trust of somebody that would invest in us, in people, me, and also in the company.
Okay. So two main directions I see. One is more about the customers and the clients and the investment, and the second is more about the team and getting the right people on board, and letting them believe in the idea.
Yeah, that's exactly something that I would like also to expand.
Yeah.
And part of entrepreneurship is also about, like, this is mainly related to the leadership of a company. Share this vision, share the vision that truly believe in this vision, and this vision that should be endorsed by the rest of the company, the rest of the team. And this is also depends on the company, but for me it's I feel as a duty. It's also the duty of creating a robust company with good fundamentals, and also provide a good work environment then for whoever will be willing to join me and the rest of the team.
Okay, understood. Let's move to the last question, Emile. So the last question, I know it's very difficult to give an advice right now because it can go in any direction and there is a lot of learning that still needs to be done. But to make it a bit easier, let's say you had to give yourself an advice 1 year back in time or 2 years back in time, and and someone else is also in a similar position, what advice would you give now to that person so that they they can build on some skills, or they can focus in the right direction? What kind of recommendations, takeaways do you have for someone who was in your position 2 years back in time when
I want to get to entrepreneurship? Okay, let's see. I would have multiple recommendations, like to myself of some years ago, and I would say some recommendation comes also about some points I feel extremely lucky. I've been very lucky, and I would recommend other people to try to get into the same situations. One is strongly related to the group of people. That means that usually you don't launch the company by your own. You need a team of people, and that means that essentially, and this team of people has to be people that you have an infinite amount of trust in, and also that are also at the same times they are visionaries. They are able to also to share this vision, to share this vision, convince the other people about this vision, and they share they have good values you want to work with, and so on. That means that I would strongly recommend to find, if you truly have some people, some peers you truly would like to work, because you are
stronger together.
Exactly, you feel that exactly, because it's all a question of if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you need to go together. And this is one recommendation. You need to form this team. Then other recommendations. One thing is it's more about testing yourself. If you're good enough, and this means it's mainly related if you have this inner drive that drives you both in terms of you're willing to take this very difficult path. You're willing to spend some time to try to address these super hard challenges alone. Most probably there will be other people, but many challenges you need to be able to address them alone. And also, if you need to also test if you are able to convince other people to follow your steps, and then this means also that then there will be other people that will be willing to work and will enjoy working with you.
Okay. So to summarize, I know that you might have other points to say, but the first 2 points, one is about the team, and getting the right people, connecting, trying to see who are in your circle, who should contact, share the idea, try to get them on board. So that's the first part, and the concept there is, if you want to go far, it's better to go together than. And if you want to go fast, then if you go alone faster. But this kind of entrepreneurship, you need to go far, so try to get the right team on board. And second point, I think you were more talking about testing yourself and seeing that whether you have got the nature, the kind of attitude to be able to handle the pressure, to be able to take the hits, to be able to take big decisions, take risks, and those kind of things. And do you have other points to add to this?
Okay. Let's see. I mean, one that is maybe like a conclusion of this. There is going to be never a point in which you will feel that you are ready to jump into entrepreneurship. That also means that essentially you need to build this confidence. To build it, and also build confidence means exactly also like gaining the right competencies, getting this team of visionaries. It doesn't mean that everybody has to be a visionary in this world. It just means that you, and most probably the guys that will lead the company, they have to be visionary if you want to go far. And then get these foundations, like this core material and the knowledge, and then you just need to jump. This is like also the recommendation is like don't postpone it forever.
Don't overthink it.
It's also because that's also because it's at the beginning of a long roadmap of in which you will need to take one decision after another decision, in which if you overthink, you will never go anywhere.
Okay. So it's more about think, but don't think too much, and see it as a marathon and not like a sprint of 500 meters that after which you're done. It's a long journey,
exactly,
and you will learn along the way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. One is like it's always a compromise and trade-off. If you overthink, you don't go anywhere. And then most probably, if you have this kind of mentality, it's better to work in a very reliable place in a big corporate. Instead, if you just act because of your instincts, like any idea that pops into your mind, that could be also a problem, because you will never gain the trust from investor, from anybody, because you need to still take some rational
So
choices.
it's more about, if I can summarize, it's more about having self-belief and then trying it, rather than trying to make sure everything makes sense before you step into it.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's my last recommendation.
Yeah, well, thank you, Emile. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts at such a time when you are actually starting something and not at the destination or at success. We wish you a lot of success. We hope to get you, hopefully also in the future, to get more knowledge from you. And thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. And also, I would like to thank everybody who stayed till the end to watch the video. And please give us your feedback if you liked it. And we hope you have a great day afterwards, and you are also able to come to such beautiful spots and enjoy your life.
Yes.
Thank you, Emile. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Java. It was always amazing to have a chat with you, and thank you everybody for listening. I hope there has been something you can take on and learn, and please share any feedback you have, and have a nice day.
Yeah, have a nice day. Bye bye.